softly like a breath of light. You reached for me on an ordinary night. Your fingers brushed the space near mine, and suddenly my heartbeat wasn't just mine. It wasn't loud, it wasn't grand, just the warmth of your quiet hand. But in that moment, slow and deep, you woke a rhythm inside my chest I couldn't keep. When you touched my heartbeat, everything inside turned sweet. A gentle spark, a subtle star, rewrote the tempo of my heart. I didn't know love could sound this deep until you touched my heartbeat. You smiled like you didn't even know the power of the warmth you let unfold. And there I was, falling into place, feeling every thump reshape its pace. It wasn't loud, it wasn't grand, just the warmth of your quiet hand. But in that moment, slow and deep, you woke a rhythm inside my chest I couldn't keep. When you touched my heartbeat, everything inside turned sweet. A gentle spark, a subtle star, rewrote the tempo of my heart. I didn't know love could sound this deep until you touched my heartbeat. Maybe love begins that way, not in fireworks but in the sway of two soft pulses intertwining slow, learning all the ways they grow. Stay close, don't pull away from me. You're the one who touched my heartbeat.
I see your outline in the fading light, your shadow swaying softly in the night. I step a little closer, slow and quiet. Your presence pulls me in without me trying.
You move like time is pausing just for you, a gentle rhythm I fall into. Your silhouette becomes my favorite view, and every step feels something new.
I don't need music, I don't need sound, just the way your shadow wraps around. Your silence feels like something true, a quiet pull that leads me back to you.
Slow dancing in your shadow, moving where the calm winds go. No beat, no rush, just you and me, two shapes in perfect harmony. If love is where the soft light glows, I'm slow dancing in your shadow. I'm slow dancing in your shadow. You turn your head and meet my eyes, a warm connection blooming in the quiet night. I step in closer, just enough to feel your breath, to feel your love. Your outline brushes gently over mine, two forms blending over time. In that moment, soft and low, we lose ourselves beneath the glow. I don't need music, I don't need sound, just the way your shadow wraps around. Your presence feels like something true, a quiet pull that leads me back to you. Slow dancing in your shadow, moving where the calm winds go. No beat, no rush, just you and me, two shapes in perfect harmony. If love is where the soft light Your warmth keeps pulling toward me. And in this dim, unspoken place, our hearts are moving face to face. No music, no echo, no echoing sound. Just slow dancing where our shadows meet the ground. Slow dancing in your shadow. I found you in the quiet of a slow, uncertain night, when all the noise inside my head was finally losing fight. You didn't rush or say a word, you simply breathed beside my name. And in that gentle moment, nothing heavy felt the same. You looked at me with soft concern, like you already understood all the things I try to carry, all the ways I never could. Your presence settled into me, a calm I couldn't hide, a stillness I longed for, holding space right by my side. You didn't ask for anything, you didn't try to heal, you just gave me every reason to believe what I could feel. Somewhere in the quiet where the world slowed down its pace, I found a little freedom in the comfort of your face. I found you in the quiet, when my fears turned into silence, when my heart could finally breathe, where your warmth fell over me. You didn't have to try to start it, you just reached into my garden, where the flowers never grew, and somehow they bloomed for you. I found you in the quiet, I found you in the quiet. We stayed there for a while, just your heartbeat over mine, like two soft rhythms learning how to slowly intertwine. You held me with a tenderness I never thought I'd earn, a kind of love that flickered first and strengthened with each turn. And when I told you all the things I kept behind my guarded walls, you didn't shrink from any piece, you didn't run at all. You listened like my broken parts were songs you'd heard before, and every time you nodded softly I believed a little more. You didn't promise miracles, you didn't chase the pain, but still you found the little place the sunlight could remain. And in that simple stillness, in the quiet you created, you gave me room to open gently, uncomplicated. I found you in the quiet, when my fears turned into silence, when my heart could finally breathe, where your warmth fell over me. You didn't have to try to start it, you just reached into my garden, where the flowers never grew, and somehow they bloomed for you. I found you in the quiet, I found you in the quiet. Sometimes love is loud and sometimes love is wild, but ours was like a whispered truth that grew with every mile. You held me like a steady light when everything felt dim, and every time I reached for hope it started with your skin. You taught me I don't need to run, I don't need to disguise the depth of all the fragile things I hold behind my eyes. And even now I think of you in moments soft and small, the way you trace my shaking hands, the way you catch my fall. You turn the chaos in my chest into a gentle flow, and every breath beside you felt like something I could know. I found you in the quiet, when my fears turned into silence, where my heart could finally breathe, where your warmth fell over me. You didn't come with fire or thunder, didn't pull my seams asunder. You just held me through the night until the world felt safe and right. I found you in the quiet. Stay here in the quiet with me, where the noise can finally leave. Hold me like the night is ours, soft and slow beneath the stars. If love is where the stillness lives, if peace is something someone gives, then everything I've grown into begins and ends inside of you. I found you in the quiet, and the quiet found me too.
There's something quiet in the way your smile begins, like sunlight slipping through a room I'm standing in. It doesn't rush, it doesn't try to shine too bright. It opens slowly like a secret, learning how to find the light. I never knew a simple curve could speak so much, 1,000 gentle stories hiding in your touch. And when you look at me with that soft glow, I feel the kind of warmth I never thought I'd know. You don't even see the magic that you make, the way you take my breath without a single break. And when the world feels heavy, cold or old, I wait for the way your smile unfolds. Sometimes you laugh without knowing how it starts, and the sound of it rewrites the rhythm of my heart. You say you're nothing special, just a passing breeze, but you don't know the way you bring my spirit to its knees. Your smile rises like a morning meant to stay, a slow confession lighting up the day. And every time you let that softness show, I fall again in ways I never let you know. You don't even see the magic that you make, the way you take my breath without a single break. And when the world feels heavy, cold or old, I wait for the way your smile unfolds. The way your smile unfolds, it softens all the edges of my soul. A quiet spark, a gentle glow. A home in someone I barely know. You change me in the ways untold. Oh, with the way your smile unfolds. I try to understand why something so small could stand so tall inside my memory's hall. Maybe it's the safety hidden in your gray, or the gentle way your eyes reflect a softer play. Maybe it's the truth you never try to hide, or the quiet courage living in your quiet pride. I've seen 1,000 faces pass me by, but yours is the one that opens up my sky. And when you smile like that again, it feels like time forgets to spin. The world slows down to let me see the version of you that sets me free. Oh, how simple moments turn to gold. heart is loud and love is bold, but mine begins each time your smile unfolds.
There's something in the way you look at me, a pull so gentle yet it sets me free. Your eyes don't shout, they never need to try. They speak in quiet colors I can't deny. Whenever you turn your gaze my way, the noise inside me slowly fades away. Like the universe gets soft and still, like every part of me forgets to feel the chill. You don't even know the pull you have, how your presence rewrites every photograph. One look from you and suddenly I'm falling slow, impossibly. Your eyes feel like warm gravity, pulling every part of me into a place I didn't know. A gentle orbit, soft and slow. You don't have to speak or move. Your gaze is something I fall into. I lose myself so naturally. Your eyes feel like one gravity. There's a tenderness you try to hide, a fragile softness living deep inside. And every time you let me see that gentle piece of you, it steadies me. Your eyes hold stories you never speak, quiet hopes and fears and something deep. And when I meet them honestly, it's like they pull the truth from me. You don't even know the pull you have, how your presence rewrites every photograph. One look from you and suddenly I'm falling slow, impossibly. Your eyes feel like warm gravity, pulling every part of me into a place I didn't know. A gentle orbit, soft and slow. You don't have to speak or move. Your gaze is something I fall into. I lose myself so naturally. Your eyes feel like one gravity. Maybe love is found in moments small, not in fireworks or in the rise and fall. Maybe it's in stolen glances late at night, in the quiet truth behind your light. There's a universe inside your stare, a tender world I wanna share. I float, I drift, I lose my ground whenever your eyes pull me down. You look at me like I'm something new, like I'm a secret meant for you. And in that silence deep and bright, you turn my shadows into light. No force on earth could match the way your eyes undress my fears and say I see you fully, honestly. And that's enough to anchor me. Your eyes feel like warm gravity, pulling every part of me into a place that feels like home, where I'm not fighting all alone. You don't have to speak or move. Your gaze is something I fall into. Hold me there, don't let me free. Your eyes feel like warm gravity. Stay with me where the quiet grows, where every soft emotion glows. Let your gaze keep guiding me. Your eyes feel like warm gravity. We weren't trying to make a memory that night. We were just walking slow beneath the fading light. Your hand brushed mine, so soft, so unplanned. And something deep inside me tried to understand. The world around us dimmed to quiet gold, like time itself forgot its usual hold. Every second stretched into something sweet, with your warmth drifting slowly into me. pause in life where everything aligns. And when your fingers slipped around mine, it felt like space and heart entwined. Holding hands with the moment, letting every little second own it. A gentle warmth I can't let go, a tender pull I didn't know. You didn't speak, you didn't plan, just held on to me where I stand. And suddenly my heart felt open, holding hands with the moment. We talked about the smallest things we knew. Your favorite songs, the sky, the color blue. Your voice was soft like you were scared to break the magic hovering in the silence we made. Your thumb traced circles on the back of my hand, like you were drawing places we could land. And though you didn't say the words you felt, your touch revealed the truths you hadn't dealt. I never knew a moment could feel this kind, a pause in life where everything aligns. And when your fingers slipped around mine, it felt like space and heart entwined. Holding hands with the moment, letting every little second own it. A gentle warmth I can't let go, a tender pull I didn't know. You didn't speak, you didn't plan, just held on to me where I stand. And suddenly my heart felt open, holding hands with the moment. Maybe love begins in places small, in touches that don't feel like they're meant to mean it all. Maybe it's the way your breath matched mine, or how you slowed your steps to keep our pace aligned. Maybe it's the way you squeezed my hand, right when I said I didn't understand how someone like you could see me so clear, and how you whispered I'm right here. We didn't need promises, we didn't need a name, just the comfort of the quiet and the courage it became. You looked at me with something soft, something true, and every fragile fear in me leaned closer into you. Holding hands with the moment, letting every little second own it. A gentle warmth I can't let go, a tender pull I didn't know. You didn't speak, you didn't plan, just held on to me where I stand. And I knew my heart had chosen, holding hands with the moment. Maybe this is how love starts, slow and whispers only two hearts know. So stay with me in this gentle ocean, holding hands with the moment. Oh, with the moment. Didn't happen in a moment, loud or bright. It wasn't some explosion in the middle of the night. It was quieter than breathing, softer than a sigh, a gentle shift between your heartbeat and mine. We weren't chasing something big or trying to define what this strange connection pulling us inside. You said my name like you were holding fragile air, and something in the space between us settled there. You didn't try to make it clear, you didn't draw a line. You just looked at me like something in me finally lined up. And in the hush between each pulse we couldn't see, we felt unknowingly. We felt between heartbeats, somewhere soft where time and meets, a quiet place where love begins, hidden deep beneath our skin. No rushing words, no promises, just feelings we could not dismiss. In the breath between our heat, touch of yours, unlearned the things I lost. You held your hand so close to mine, not touching, just enough to let me feel the warmth that told me I was safe to trust. And when you finally brushed your fingers softly over me, it felt like time had paused to let my guard fall quietly. Your heartbeat throbbed so steady, like it knew just what to do, guiding mine into a rhythm, waking up to you. You didn't try to make it clear, you didn't draw a line. You just looked at me like something in me finally aligned. And in the hush between each pulse we couldn't see, we fell. Unknowingly we fell between heartbeats. Somewhere soft where time and meets, a quiet place where love begins, hidden deep beneath our skin. No rushing words, no promises, just feelings we could not dismiss. In the breath between our heat, we fell between heartbeats. I didn't know a moment small could feel like something whole, or how the tiniest silence could echo through my soul. You told me once you weren't the kind to rush or take control, but somehow loving me felt like a story you already knew to hold. We whispered thoughts we hadn't planned, confessed without a word, let emotions speak in places only trembling hearts had heard. You looked at me like I was someone rare, someone tried to meet me. You just aligned in me. We fell between heartbeats. Somewhere soft where time and meets, a quiet place where love begins, hidden deep beneath our skin. No rushing words, no promises, just feelings we could not dismiss. In the breath between our heat, we fell between heartbeats.
We never rushed, we never tried to run ahead. We walked in rhythm, stepping soft instead. The world was spinning faster than our feet, but somehow we stayed steady in the beat. You looked at me like time was mine to hold, a patient warmth that never turned too bold. In the quiet glow between your breath and mine, I felt a pulse that didn't need to shine.
You held my hand like it was something small, but in your touch I heard a careful call. Your voice was gentle as a midnight breeze, a calm that settled deep inside of me.
And when you smiled, the sky slowed down, the headlights blurred across the town. Every second felt like something free, with love moving at half speed. We didn't chase the moment fast, we let the quiet moments last. No rush to figure what this means, just drifting soft between our dreams. Love moving at half speed, pulling us softly where we both need. No rushing heart, no wild desire, just slow burning, gentle fire, holding close without the greed. Just love, moving at half speed. You whispered fears you never dared to say, and I held them like treasures anyway. You said you're scared to lose the things you feel, afraid that something slow won't be real.
But every inch of patience that we shared became the way I learned how much you cared. You taught me love can grow without the rush, that slow affection still can turn to trust. I watched you breathe like you were learning air, finding pieces of yourself you didn't know were there. I saw you laugh at things you used to fear, and every step you took pulled my heart near. part of this. You let it bloom from every quiet kiss. And in the space where time agreed, we lived in love that has been. We didn't chase the moment fast, we let the quiet moments last. No rush to figure what this means, just drifting soft between our dreams. Love moving at half speed, pulling us softly where we both need. No rushing hard, no wild desire, just slow burning, gentle fire. Holding close without the greed, just love, moving at half speed.
Maybe love was never meant to roar. Maybe it's the hush that we adore.
Maybe it's the way you say my name,
Soft enough to calm my flame. Maybe it's your hand inside of mine,
matching rhythm, keeping time.
and every quiet truth we bleed becomes a love that has speed.
We don't need to hurry this.
I just want these moments bliss. Let the world move wild and free. We'll stay where time moves patiently.
Love moving at half speed, where every breath is all we need. No crashing waves, no sudden crash, just gentle hearts that slowly match. Hold me close, don't let it fade. This slow love we softly made, two hearts learning how to lead.
With love moving at half speed.
So stay with me in this gentle space where slow love finds its perfect place. No faster pace, no louder need, just love moving at half speed.
I used to live in lightning, flickering through every thought. A restless pulse inside my chest, a battle I never fought. My mind would race through shadows, every fear a crashing tide. But you stepped in with steady hands and softened what I hide. You didn't say you'd fix me or take the weight I held. You just breathe beside my chaos every time my worries swelled. And somehow in that quiet space you always seem to form. You slow the winds inside me, you slow down all my storms. You never tell me calm down, never say I'm wrong to feel. You just look at me like every hurting part is something real. And every time your eyes meet mine in moments safe and warm, I feel the clouds dissolve a bit. You slow down all my storms. You slow down my storms. Every time you say my name so warm. No thunder left to shake my bones, no lightning when I'm not alone. You hold me through the restless night, turn crashing waves to softer light. And when my broken world reforms, it's you who slows down my storms. Ooh, who slows down my storms. I've carried years of weather I never learned to show, trying to hide the chaos like no one else should know. But you read the sky inside me like you lived the storms I faced, and somehow bring the sunlight back into the darkest place. You trace the lines across my hands like you can feel the strain, and when you whisper I'm presence is a shelter where the wild winds can transform into something safe and gentle. You slow down my storms. You never tell me calm down, never say I'm wrong to feel. You just look at me like every hurting part is something real. And in your arms I find a peace that's ready to be reborn. You breathe with me in perfect time. You slow down all my storms. You slow down my storms. Every time you say my name so warm. No thunder left to shake my bones. No lightning when I'm not alone. You hold me through the restless night. Turn crashing waves to softer light. And when my broken world reforms, it's you who slows down my storm. Maybe love is patience. Maybe love is learning how to stand with someone fragile when they don't know why or how. You never run from rainfall or ask for clearer skies. You simply hold the weather written in my tired eyes. And in your quiet strength I find a soft and steady ground, where all the echoes in my chest don't hurt the way they sound. Your arms become the harbor where my fears can fall asleep. And every whisper that you give is something I can keep. You tell me storms don't make me weak, they're part of who I am. And that you'll stay beside me even when I can't withstand. And in that truth, that honesty, a warmer world is born. You're the calm inside my chaos. You slow down all my storms. You slow down my storms. With every quiet way you keep me warm. The shadows fade, the thunder dies. Your love lights up the heaviest skies. Hold me close, don't drift away. Your presence turns the night to day. When everything in me transforms, it's you who slows down my storm. Stay with me when the skies grow gray, when my pulse is lost and pulled away. Your touch is where my peace is born. It's you who slows down my storm. There are days when everything feels heavy in my chest, when every thought is tangled, every heartbeat feels the stress. I walk around in circles just to calm my racing mind, but peace is something fragile, something difficult to find. Then you walk in with quiet eyes, just standing at my side, not asking me to speak or trying hard to pry. Your silence feels like shelter, like a warm place I can lay. And every edge inside of me begins to melt away. You don't have to offer answers, don't have to tell me what to do. You just breathe a little slower and my heartbeat follows you. And in the stillness of your presence, in the warmth you gently sway, the world stops feeling hostile, and it softens when you stay. The world softens when you stay, like all my fear just melts away. Your voice rewrites the way I breathe. Your touch entangles parts of me. No louder noise, no sharp dismay, just the world softening when you stay. You hold your calm like sunlight in the corner of a room. gentle glow that finds me when I'm drowning in my gloom. You don't pretend you're perfect or try hard to be my cure, but somehow in your quiet love the broken parts feel sure. You trace the storm beneath my skin with fingertips so light, and slowly all the chaos dims, surrendering is fight. You give me space to feel the things I'm scared to even say, yet never let me face them all alone. When you stay, you don't have to offer answers, don't have to tell me what to do. You just breathe a little slower and my heartbeat follows you. And in the stillness of your presence, in the warmth you gently sway, the world stops feeling hostile and it softens when you stay. The world softens when you stay, like all my fear just melts away. Your voice rewrites the way I breathe. Your touch untangles parts of me. No louder noise, no sharp dismay, just the world softening when you stay. Maybe love was never meant to roar in violent waves. Maybe it was meant to move in gentle ways. It saves you walk into the chaos like you've been there all along. You listen to my trembling and you call it honest. Strong, you never tell me toughen up, you never shame my pain. You just hold my shaking hands until they're steady once again. You whisper truths I've never heard from anyone before. That softness isn't weakness, it's the strength I'm searching for. And when I break, when I unravel in the parts I fear you'll see, you hold each piece with tenderness and give them back to me. You teach me I'm still lovable in moments where I fray, and that's why every breath I take gets lighter when you stay. The world softens when you stay, in ways I can't explain away. The harshness fades, the shadows part. Your presence reaches every part. And though the world can bend and sway, it finds its color when you stay. I'm grounded when you choose my way. The world softens when you stay. Stay with me when nights grow cold, when silence feels too big to hold. In your warmth I'm not afraid. The world softens when you stay. Your voice drifts through the quiet like a slow and steady wave. Not loud, not trying hard, just the kind of calm I crave. You say my name so softly, like it's something meant to heal. And suddenly the weight I carry doesn't feel so real. I never knew a sound could reach the corners of my mind, untangle every tangled thought and leave the fear behind. But there you are, just speaking low, like you're afraid to break the fragile piece inside of me. You somehow always make. You don't have to say the perfect line, don't have to understand. You just let your gentle tone wrap softly around my hands, and in that simple melody, in every breath you send, your voice pulls me gently back again. Your voice pulls me gently like tides that move so steadily. A quiet force I fall into, a warm familiar point of view. I lose the noise inside of me, in every word you speak so free. I break, I heal so silently. Your voice pulls me gently. Some days I drift too fast and let my shadows take control. My heartbeat races wildly, outrunning even my own soul. But Then you speak and something shifts. The edges start to slow. Your quiet tone becomes the path my restless thoughts can't go. You ask me how I'm really doing, not in a casual way, but like you're listening for storms I never know how to say. And when I finally breathe enough to let the truth come through, your voice becomes the reason I remember what is true. You don't have to say the perfect line, don't have to understand. You just let your gentle tone wrap softly around my hands, and in that simple melody, in every breath you send, your voice pulls me gently back again. Your voice pulls me gently like tides that move so steadily. A quiet force I fall into, a warm familiar point of view. I lose the noise inside of me. In every word you speak so free, I break, I heal so silently. Your voice pulls me gently. Maybe love is not the things we try so hard to say, but the softness in a sentence that reminds us not to stray. Maybe it's the tone you use when you're afraid I might fall through. The way you say I'm here, like it's the only thing in you. Your voice becomes my lighthouse when I'm drifting out too far. Your voice becomes the warmth inside the bruises of my heart. You speak and I remember that my fears can't drown me whole. You speak and something fragile reassembles in my soul. Sometimes you don't even notice how your words reshape the night, how every quiet syllable becomes a guiding light. But I feel every echo, every breath that you let be. Your voice keeps calling back the softer parts of me. Your voice pulls me gently where my pulse breathes more steadily. You clear the fog, you calm the sea. You teach my heart its clarity. You don't demand, you don't command. You simply hold me with your hand. Your voice, your tone, your quiet plea. Your voice pulls gently, gently. Stay close and speak to me tonight. Let your words replace the fright. In your sound I come back clean. Your voice pulls me into peace. There's a quiet place between the words we never say, a gentle air that holds us when the world feels far away. I hear you breathe and settle like it's learning how to stay. And in that calm I feel your heartbeat drift my way. You look at me like silence is a language we both speak, a soft unspoken rhythm binding fragile to the weak. And every time you lean a little closer in your seat, I sink into the stillness where our hearts meet. You rest your head like you've been searching for a place to fall, and I hold steady hoping I can be that place for all. The pieces that you hide behind the walls you keep so strong. I listen to your quiet and I hear where you belong. Your eyes are full of storms you never let the world explain, but in the hush beside me I can recognize your pain. And when your hand slides into mine, so tender, light and sweet, I feel the stillness where our hearts meet. We don't need to fill the air, we don't need to say we care. Something in the quiet heat pulls us where our heart lines meet. Stillness where our hearts meet, a softer world beneath our feet. No louder truth, no rush to speak, just breathing where our souls retreat. You pull me close, I feel complete. In the stillness where our hearts meet. I used to fear the moments when the noise would fade away.
Afraid that silence meant I had nothing left to say. But now I crave the spaces where your voice is soft and low, where all your gentle honesty is something you don't show.
You let me trace the quiet in the corners of your mind, and suddenly the hidden parts are easier to find. I lean into the warmth of you, surrender to the beat, the steady stillness where our hearts meet.
You always think you're complicated, hard for me to read, but your heart is like a candle shining soft through every need. You look away as if your truth is something I can't hold, but I've seen your courage grow from every story that you told.
You don't need to hide the tremble living underneath your skin. I'll sit beside your silence until you let me in.
Your presence slowly teaches me what gentle love can be, a steady stillness where your heart meets me.
We don't need to fill the air, we don't need to say we care.
Something in the quiet heat pulls us where our heart lines meet, stillness where our hearts meet, a softer world beneath our feet. No louder truth, no rush to speak, just breathing where our souls retreat. You pull me close, I feel complete, in the stillness where our hearts meet.
I never thought I'd find a place this warm, this deep,
a place where even broken hearts can fall asleep.
You hold my fears like gentle waves that never overtake.
You heal the parts of me I didn't know could break.
And when I'm scared of losing you, unsure of where I stand, I pull you closer, show you how I understand.
We meet each other softly in the quiet and the sweet,
Finding love in stillness where our hearts meet.
let your heartbeat settle in a mind, let the silence draw our lines in the quiet, soft and sweet. We live where our two heartbeats meet, stillness where our hearts meet, a softer world beneath our feet. No louder truth, no rush to speak, just breathing where our souls retreat. You pull me close, I feel complete, in the stillness where our hearts meet. Hold me there, don't let me leave, in the stillness where our hearts meet. Stay here where the quiet lives, where every gentle moment gives, where time itself forgets to be, stillness where our hearts meet.
You showed up with that quiet smile I'm starting to depend on, the kind that tells me I don't have to be afraid of what I've been on. You didn't ask me to explain the pieces that I hide. You just walked beside my heartbeat like you already knew the tide. And every time you shift a little closer in your way, I feel the distance melt like morning shadows slipping in the day. You laughed at something tiny, like a thought that came and went, and somehow in your laughter I felt every worry bent. You tilt your head when you get shy, you look away then back, as if you're scared that getting closer might expose some hidden crack. But you don't have to guard your heart or fear what I might say. I only wanna inch a little closer than yesterday. We're stumbling slow, but steady through the quiet of our doubts, holding space for something tender, trying softly to come out. And every breath, each gentle step, feels lighter in its way as we stand just a little closer than yesterday. A little closer than yesterday, learning love in a slower way, not rushing what our hearts create, not forcing what they can't translate, just leaning in the soft display of being closer than yesterday. notice how your fingers twitch, like you wanna reach for mine. How you stop yourself and breathe instead, letting tenderness align. I see the fear behind your eyes, the hope behind your grin, and every bit of hesitation makes me wanna pull you in. You don't need to speak your longing or pretend to feel okay. I can feel you drifting closer than you did yesterday. It takes for you to stay, but every truth you choose to share keeps pulling me away. Your voice gets soft when you're unsure, but it trembles when you trust, and in that tremble I feel something beautiful and just. Your presence doesn't overwhelm, it's gentle in its way, and that's why I come a little closer than I did yesterday. We're stumbling slow, but steady through the quiet of our doubts, holding space for something tender, trying softly to come out. And every breath, each gentle step feels lighter in its way as we stand just a little closer than yesterday. A little closer than yesterday, learning love in our slower way, not rushing what our hearts create, not forcing what they can't translate, just leaning in the soft display of being closer than yesterday. You don't have to hide your shaking, you don't have to fear the taking. I'm not here to rush or pull, just here to feel something beautiful. Come closer when your heart allows. I'll meet you here, I'll meet you now. In the space where nothing's forced, we find our hearts in perfect course. I know you're scared of falling fast, I'm lost with how the real ones last. And every breath, each word we say brings us closer, more than yesterday. A little closer than yesterday, finding courage in the softest way. We don't need a name what this might be, we just need to breathe in honesty. Your arm pulls mine in quietest way, a little closer. Stay here where our heartbeats play, growing closer day by day. Not too far, not far away, just a little closer than yesterday. Your light doesn't rush, it doesn't try to blind my eyes. It shows up slow like dawn, it gently colors up the skies. I didn't know a glow could feel this safe, this warm, this right, until the day I felt myself fall softly into your light.
You never asked me to be brave or hide the trembling in my hands. You just offered me your presence like a place my heart could land. And in the quiet space between your breath and my own fright, I found a path that led me softly into your light.
I saw the way you held your heart like something fragile, one, like every piece that lived through nights too dark, too cold, too torn. But when you looked at me, I saw a spark you didn't fight, a flicker that invited me to step into your light. I don't pretend to know the pain you tuck away inside, but I can hold your shaking truths in places they can't hide. And every day you stand a little stronger in my sight, I fall a little deeper softly into your light.
We don't need to hurry this, don't need meaning we might miss. We just take the steps we feel, slow and honest, slow and real, falling softly into your light, where every shadow turns to right. Oh, no rushing pace, no blazing sight, just gentle warmth through quiet night. I don't need loud, just falling softly into your light.
You pull me close without a word, without a reason why. Just hold me like you know exactly where my worries lie. When you speak low, the world slows down, the edges blur away, and I feel pieces of my fear dissolving what you say. You never asked me to be perfect, never pushed me to be more. You simply open up the gentle part of you I can't ignore. And when I lean my head to rest against your chest tonight, I feel myself fall deeper into your light.
I used to think I needed strength that thunder loud and bold, but then you came and taught me warmth is something soft to hold. I never knew that love and soul could be the strongest way. A steady flame that never fades but rises day by day. You let me trace the fragile lines inside your wounded heart, and every time you trust me with the peace it pulls me apart. Not in the way that breaks me, but in ways that bring new sight. As I fall deeper gently, we don't need to hurry this. Don't even mean that we might miss. We just take the steps we feel, slow and honest, slow and real.
Falling softly into your light,
Where every shadow turns to right. Oh, no rushing pace, no blazing sight, just gentle warmth through quiet nights. I don't need loud, I don't need light, just falling softly into your light.
maybe love was meant to shine like this.
The trembling truth of fragile bliss.
Maybe what we fear to show is
What helps our broken edges grow.
I see the hurt you try to hide,
I see the faith you keep inside,
and in the glow of something bright,
we fall together into light.
every step you take toward me
Every soft vulnerability,
leaves a trail so warm and bright,
guiding us into the light. Falling softly into your light, where everything just feels more right. You calm the storms, you ease the night, you turn my darkness into sight.
hold my hands, don't let me fight. I'm falling softly into your light, I'm falling softly into your light.
Stay here in this gentle glow, where every quiet truth can grow, where love is warm and hope is bright. Falling softly into your light.
I used to carry storms around like shadows on my skin, 100 thoughts colliding loud. I never let you in,
But then you came with quiet eyes, a softness I could trust, and every trembling part of me felt seen instead of crushed.
you didn't tell me to be strong or how would I become. You simply stayed beside me till the chaos felt undone. And in the warmth you offered me, so gentle, pure and calm, I learned a heart like mine could finally feel safe in your palm.
You always think your storms are too much for someone to hold, but I've walked through darkness by your side and never once felt cold. Your voice shakes when you tell the truth you've carried far too long, but in that trembling honesty you teach me to be strong. I don't need you perfect, don't need every answer clear. Just let me near the fragments of the things you fear, because every time you let me touch the parts you think are wrong, you turn my own confusion into something calm and strong.
You didn't ask for anything, you didn't fake or hide the sting, and somewhere in your trembling palm we turned each other's storms to calm. You turned my chaos into calm, held mine shaking in your gentle palm. You didn't run, you didn't fear,
softness could be stronger than the rage, or that your hand in mine could quiet storms I couldn't gauge. You whisper truth so gently that they settle in my chest, like maybe I deserve to breathe, to heal, to finally rest. And when I lose my balance, when I break without a sound, you catch me in the quiet before I even hit the ground. You don't demand I change, you simply hold me in your arms, and every wild piece of me dissolves into your calm. You call yourself a storm, but to me it's something more, a force that shakes me honest to the core. You show me that my fears don't make me weak, that even broken hearts can learn to speak. And when my world gets loud, when doubt begins to rise, your touch becomes the anchor pulling truth back to my eyes. You stand beside my darkness like it never meant you harm, and somehow you turn every battle into calm. You turn my chaos into calm, held my shaking in your gentle palm. You didn't run, you didn't fear. Ooh, you stayed until the clouds were clear. In every breath, in every song, you turn my chaos into calm. Maybe healing isn't loud, maybe strength is soft, unbowed. Maybe love is in the way we stay when all the skies turn gray. I feel your heartbeat steady mine, I feel your breath align with mine. And in that moment, hand in hand, our storms become a softer land. When I unravel, when I break, I'll hold your pieces while you shake. And when the thunder starts to harm, we pull each other back to calm. You turn my chaos into calm, held my trembling in your tongue to calm. No louder world, no fear to flee. Ooh, just you making room for me. With every breath, with every song, you turn my chaos into calm. Stay with me where the storms grow mild, where every trembling heart is reconciled, where love is warm, where trust is born. You turn my chaos into calm. There's something in the way you breathe me in, like you're learning every place my heartbeat's ever been. You pull me close without a word, without a single sound, and suddenly the weight I'm carrying feels softer, safe, unbound. Your arms become a haven where my thoughts can't run too wild, a quiet place where fear gets small, where I'm allowed to be a child. And every time your chest aligns so gently next to mine, I feel the rise and fall of us begin to intertwine. You don't have to say a thing, your breathing does the quieting. And when my world begins to spin, you steady me, you breathe me in. The way you breathe me in, it calms the storms beneath my skin. A fragile truth, a soft desire, a warmth that tames my hidden fire. You don't ask where I've been, you just breathe. You breathe me. You trace the edges of my fear with fingers warm and slow. You read the parts of me I don't know how to show. You pull me in like I belong to places deep and true, like every scar I've ever held was somehow meant for you. Your breath becomes my compass when my thoughts begin to roam, a rhythm guiding every lost part gently back to home. And when you touch
touch my cheek with all the tenderness you hide. I feel myself unfold again, a softness deep inside. You don't have to say a thing, your breathing does it quiet in. And when my doubts begin to spin, you steady me, you breathe me in. The way you breathe me in, it calms the storms beneath my skin. A fragile truth, a soft desire, a warmth that tames my hidden fire. You don't ask where I've been, you just breathe. You breathe me in. Maybe love is quiet, maybe love is slow. Maybe it's the breath you offer when I'm nowhere else to go. Maybe it's the way you hold me like I'm something meant to stay. The way you breathe and teaches me that pain can fade away. You don't pretend to understand the battles in my mind, but every time you breathe with me, you leave the dark behind. Your presence is the medicine my shattered parts have sought, a gentle way of showing me I'm safer than I thought. And when the night gets heavy, when I lose my place again, you breathe a little deeper just to show me where you've been. You match the rhythm of my fear until it opens wide, and suddenly I'm whole again with you at my side. The way you breathe me in rewrites the ache beneath my skin. Your warmth dissolves my restless fire. Your touch unravels every wire. Hold me close through thick and thin. Just breathe. Just breathe me in. So stay with me in this soft space, where breathing becomes our quiet grace, where healing starts when nights grow thin. Just keep breathing, breathing. Breathe me in.
You move around me gently like a planet in its place, never pulling too hard, never rushing into space. You speak in quiet gravity that settles into me, a warmth that wraps around the parts I hide so carefully. I didn't know how lost I was until your light appeared. I didn't know how small I felt until you held me near. And now my world feels softer, like the dark can't quite absorb it. I didn't know what safety was until I felt your orbit. You don't force me into motion, you just wait until I turn. And in the pull of who you are, I find the peace I yearned. I feel safe in your orbit, where my fears can't distort it. You hold me steady, soft and true, in ways I never knew. You don't push, you don't absorb it, you just keep me safe in your orbit. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I've spun through broken galaxies, through corners cold and wide, but you became the gravity that pulled me back inside. You traced my trembling edges with the kindness I can't name, and every time you touch my heart, it learns to beat the same. You don't ask me to be flawless, don't expect me to be strong. You simply let me drift until I find where I belong. And every time you reach for me with hands so warm, so sure, I feel the kind of certainty I never felt before. You don't force me into motion, you just wait until I turn. And in the pull of who you are, I find the peace I yearned. I feel safe in your orbit, where my love is gravity, the gentle kind that doesn't drag, the quiet pull that forms a home inside a tattered flag. Maybe it's the way your presence moves the chaos in my veins, or how you turn my panicked storms to softly falling rains. You breathe and I align again like stars in perfect flow. You speak and every aching part remembers how to glow. You anchor me without restraint, without demanding change. You let me orbit freely, never calling me too strange. And somehow in that freedom, in the warmth between your skies, I find a strength I never saw reflected in my eyes. I feel safe in your orbit, where my shadows can't contort it, where every broken part of me learns gentle possibility. Hold me close, don't let me forfeit. I feel safe, safe in your orbit. So stay just where your heartbeat stays, pulling me in tender ways. The universe feels warm, not morbid, as long as I stay in your orbit. We didn't start with fireworks or anything too bright, just gentle conversation stretching softly through the night. You spoke like you were learning how to trust your voice again, and I listened like the quiet was a place we both could mend. Your laughter floated lightly like a feather in the air. Your stories wrapped around me with a tenderness so rare. And as the silence deepened, filling all the space between, I felt our hearts drift closer in a way I'd never seen. We didn't try to force the pace, just let the moment find its place. And in the stillness, warm and low, two hearts began to drift slow. Two hearts drifting slowly, finding peace where love feels holy. No rush to say what we might be, just floating in the in-between. Your warm pulls gently into me. Two hearts drifting slowly. There's a softness in the way you breathe when you're unsure, a tiny tremble in your voice that makes me lean in more. You tell me things you've buried deep, the ones you never share, and I hold each fragile secret like it's something rare. Your vulnerability becomes the light that guides me home, a glow that whispers you don't have to face this alone. And every time our eyes meet in a glance that feels so true, I drift a little closer to the quiet found in you. We didn't try to force the pace, just let the moment find its place. And in the stillness, warm and low, two hearts began to drift slow. Two hearts drifting slowly, finding peace where love feels holy. No rush to say what we might be, just floating in the in-between. Your warm pulls gently into me. Two hearts drifting slowly. Maybe love was never meant to crash or sweep us out to sea. Maybe it was meant to drift in gentle waves of honesty. I feel your presence soften where my hidden shadows live. I feel your kindness filling up the spaces I can give. You never asked for perfection or a version I can't be. You You just let the truth unravel slowly, naturally. And when our fingers touch like it was something lightly planned, I feel the universe rewind inside the shelter of your hand. You smile like you're afraid to break the fragile air we've made, and I stay soft beside you, letting every fear just fade. We're learning how to navigate a tenderness so deep, a drift in rhythm made for hearts that move and hearts to keep. Two hearts drifting slowly, where every truth feels warm and holy. Your breath aligns so gracefully. You pull the quiet out of me. No rush, no fear, no need to flee. Two hearts drifting slowly. Stay with me where the calm winds blow, where gentle feelings learn to grow, where love is steady, soft and free. Two hearts drifting slowly. Two hearts drifting slowly.
Your hand brushed mine so softly that I almost missed the spark. A little warmth that lingered long after the fading dark. You didn't say a single word, you didn't have to try. Your touch became the reason all my fear began to lie. My heartbeat stumbled quietly, a rhythm shifting slow, a moment stretching wider than the world will ever know. It wasn't loud or bold or grand, it didn't need to shine, because every time your fingers meet my skin, they pause the time. You don't rush, you don't demand, you just graze your touch across my hand. And in the stillness of that line, your touch pauses time. Your touch, time stops the spinning in my mind. Every worry falls away, every ache begins to sway. You don't speak, but it's a sign. Your touch pauses time. Some people need the fireworks, the brightest kind of love, but I've learned the sweetest moments fall like quiet from above. The way your thumb runs gently over mine without a thought, the way you breathe beside me when you feel my heartbeat caught. You turn my restless chaos into something warm and still. You calm the shaking in my bones without demanding that I will. And every time your hands find mine in moments unaligned, the rushing world grows silent. And your touch pauses time. You don't rush, you don't demand, you just graze your touch across my hand. And in the stillness of that line, your touch pauses time. Your touch pauses time, stops the spinning in my mind. Every worry falls away, every ache begins to sway. You don't speak, but it's a sign. Your touch pauses time. Maybe love was never meant to roar or shake the ground. Maybe it's the quiet pull that has no need to make a sound. Maybe it's the way your fingertips can read my hidden fear, or how your hand around my wrist can pull my courage near. You touch me like you know the storm that's tangled in my chest. You touch me like each trembling pulse deserves a place to rest. And when I look at you, it's like the world forgets its climb. Like every second freezes where your skin keeps touching mine. You're not trying to be magic, but you are without a doubt. You touch my shoulder gently and my anxieties fade out. You don't even have to try. Your warmth becomes the sign that when you're close and reaching out, your touch pauses time. Touch pauses time, slows the earth and clears my mind. Every fear I can't define falls away when your hand finds mine. Hold me close, stay intertwined. Your touch pauses time. So stay with me, don't pull away. Let this moment learn to stay in your hands. The world rewinds. Your touch pauses time. Pauses time.
I never meant to fall this far, I never meant to lose my place. But every time you look at me, I float into your space. The ground is somewhere far away, but I don't feel the fear. Your warmth becomes the gravity that gently pulls me near. You hold me with a softness I've been searching for years. A touch that lights the quiet in the corners of my fears. And suddenly the drop beneath my feet isn't terrifying. I'm falling, but with you it feels like flying. You don't push me into motion, don't demand that I be brave. You just offer me your presence in the calm that you behave. And in the slow descent you're amplifying. I'm falling, but it feels like flying. I'm falling, but it feels like flying. Every fear in me is slowly dying. You catch me with your steady glow. You hold the pieces I don't show. No rush, no need for clarifying. I'm falling, but it feels like flying. Your voice becomes a cushion when the world begins to break. A quiet tone that steadies all the trembling I can't shake. You trace the edges of my doubt like they're a map you've always known. And somehow in your gentle hands my heavy heart has grown. You don't pretend to fix me or expect me not to shake. You simply give me room to breathe, to make mistakes. And in that freedom something deep in me begins untying. I'm falling, but with you it feels like flying. You don't push me into motion, don't demand that I be brave. You just offer me your presence in the calm that you behave. And in the slow descent you're amplifying. I'm falling, but it feels like flying. I'm falling, but it feels like flying. Every fear in me is slowly dying. You catch me with your steady glow. You hold the pieces I don't show. No rush, no need for clarifying. I'm falling, but it feels like flying. Maybe love is not the drop we fear when standing at the edge. Maybe it's the hand that reaches out, the one that makes a pledge. A promise not to catch us fast, not to stop us midair, but to fall beside us slowly with the tenderness so rare. You breathe and I can feel my wings begin to shape again. You speak and every doubt in me grows quiet now and then. The wind beneath me changes when your heartbeat matches mine. We rise in ways I never thought my broken parts could find. And if I lose my balance, if the sky becomes too wide, you whisper that feels like flying. I'm falling, but it feels like flying. You hold the truth, I'm not denying. You lift me up in ways so real. You teach me how my heart can heal. No fear, no weight, no more complying. I'm falling, but it feels like feels like flying.